I'm the Big LG Doc Gallows, and you're watching the Wrestling Junkies. Boom.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 545 of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by that handsome devil, the podcast dad. Choops, how we doing, man?
It's my first day back at work, and now I'm tired. Vacation mode is done.
Yeah.
I kind of crash landed on back to reality. Yep.
You were so relaxed yesterday.
Yep. Yeah. We're
You got humbled real quick, didn't you?
I had to trim up the beard. I had to look all professional. We're back.
You are a little less, grizzly-ish now, yeah.
I know, yeah. It was a little weird, seeing the cat that got, in the drain there for a little bit this morning. But, it's all good. It's all good. I'm excited to talk some wrestling with you. Feels weird because this is kind of the end of our week. So,
yeah.
But I'm ready to talk. You ready to talk?
That's good. Yeah, we've got a lot. I mean, we only got to do this together like 50% of this week, so it's a bit off. It's a bit off, but a little bit, yeah.
Mr.
Because I like the routine. Okay, so what? I missed you. Big fucking deal. Is that?
Everybody, clip that. Please clip that. There's insanity going on outside. So
yeah, that'll happen.
We're getting our crazies out. Remember?
Yeah, I thought I was getting the sillies out.
Whatever, same thing.
I know. Okay, all right.
No, you have to get your sillies out.
They're already out. It's anyway. You haven't seen
everybody.
Okay.
Social media, please follow us on all of these: X, TikTok, and Buzzer.
This took a
at
weird
Junkies
turn.
Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on the Instagram. Oh,
dude.
Shut up! You were this yesterday at the Wrestling Junkies Pod. Shit.
So what happens when you miss work a couple of days?
No shit. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is how we grow this thing, Mr. Cincinnati. Where's that table, and who, and where, and what can they do at that table?
There's plenty of room at the table. Pull up a seat and tell one person. If you like what we're doing over here, we've got some incredible interviews. We got a great guest waiting in the wings tonight. We just like to have fun around here, talking all things pro wrestling, regardless of whether it's WWE and how panicked we are about SummerSlam this weekend, or Kenny Omega, really just laying it in on Ospreay last night on Dynamite, which we'll talk about later on, or everything going on in the world of independent wrestling. There's something for everybody, especially on this show. So again, pull up a seat, tell one person. Also, while you're at it, shout out to our friends at Turnbuckle. Give them a follow at official TRN BCKL. Show some love to our friends at Body Slam as well. You can catch us over there Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, and also follow the Scrap for all of Mr. Cincinnati's takes on everything pro wrestling at the Scrap News podcast. I think it's time to introduce our guest. You ready?
I'm always ready. Beautifully worded, by the way. Everything you just said, beautifully worded.
Thank you. Well, our guest tonight is somebody that the Wrestling Junkies would love to introduce our audience to, because one of our favorite things is to spotlight wrestlers before the rest of the world catches on. He's only about 20 months into his professional career, but he's already building an impressive resume throughout Alabama and Georgia, recently capturing championship gold and earning a reputation as one of the hardest working young talents on the indies today. And perhaps even more impressive, he's learning under one of wrestling's most respected minds. He's trained by WWE legend Scott Armstrong at Diamond Championship Wrestling. And from everything we've seen, he's embraced that opportunity with both hands. And if you follow this journey online, one phrase keeps coming up, and it's "my engine will never stop running." So tonight, we want to learn where that mentality comes from, what he's learned from one of wrestling's greatest families, and what the future holds for one of Alabama's fastest rising stars. So please welcome Andy V10 Hansen to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Andy, what's going on, man? How are you?
Let's get fired up. Hey, how you
Love
doing?
it. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm doing great. Scott is amazing. He's a great, a lot of people know Scott Armstrong mostly just as a referee. What they don't understand is he was a producer for a very long time.
Yeah.
So he's really got the mind for it. He was also a wrestler for a very long time in the WCW. So Scott's got a wealth of experience. And I mean, I jumped in 20 months ago. I shook Scott Armstrong's hand. I took a bump. I hit the ropes, and it was like, oh yeah, I love this.
Let's talk about it. You're about 20 months or so into the wrestling career so far. Has anything surprised you? Has this been what you imagined? Has this been kind of par for the course, or has anything kind of caught you off guard a little bit?
So November of 2024, that's when I walked in and I met Scott, and I really didn't know what to expect. I had just lost a bunch of weight. I just recently got back in shape, and I think I was really just looking for something for cardio to just stay in shape. I was like, I need goals. I need to stay motivated. But like I said, man, I got in that ring and I hit those ropes. I took a bump and I was like, oh, I think I love this. I think this is going to be my passion. And obviously, over time, things have happened that it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's gotten to the point where I told Scott not too long ago, I'm all in. I want to go all the way. I want to be the best I can be. I believe in myself. I have a lot of confidence in my abilities. And I think, Scott is one of the first people that really believed in me too. And he was like, yeah, you can do it, Andy. You can go all the way. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, not many wrestlers get to learn from somebody with, not just the experience that Scott has. I mean, like you said, wrestler, producer, I mean, referee, he's done just about everything you can imagine, but this is also the family business as well. So this is, nearer and dearer to him than, it can be for most because it's the family business. So, what's one of the, if you can share it, what's one of the biggest lessons he's taught you that fans probably don't realize goes into becoming a wrestler?
Scott's taught me so many lessons, so that's an awesome question. Scott's probably one of the biggest things he tries to teach everybody is to try and relax, because believe it or not, when we're in there and we are fighting, it is very important. Wrestling, it is very important to relax and always remain calm, take your time, and try not to think so much as far as, okay, what do I got to do next, or all right, this is I need to body slam him right now. Instead, try to remain calm and kind of go with the flow, and that way when something does eventually go off course, because that's the reality of it. There's been multiple times in my career where things have just steered off course, or we've gotten off the tracks or gotten off the road, you could say, and then you're able to get back onto the road and get back to where you're going. And then there's a lot of times where you kind of have this vision in your mind of like, okay, this is what I want this match to go like, and it tends to never go like that. So you have to really get rid of that. Try to stop pre-planning, stop, envisioning what it's going to be like, and just kind of do your best. Trust your training, trust your technique, and believe in yourself. Take your time, and once the match is over, you appreciate it so much more because you realize, hey, yeah, I did roll into the ropes right there. My foot did get caught, but I was able to recover and then land the spear. And that moment makes it more real, because it's like, whoa, is he gonna fall on his face? Oh, he didn't fall on his face. Wow, that he didn't plan that, so stuff like that.
And yeah, and the Armstrong family, I think, is one of those families in wrestling probably not talked about enough. You have Scott Armstrong, Bullet Bob Armstrong, and BG James, of course. But when you're training there every week, what's the atmosphere like? Do you feel like the expectation levels are higher because of that Armstrong name?
I've told Scott multiple times that every time I step in that ring, and every time, because the name of the arena that we wrestle in is Bullet Bob Armstrong Memorial Arena. And obviously Road Dogg and Brad Armstrong, I mean, that family is just packed with people that were great wrestlers. So, and I've told Scott this multiple times, every time I get in that ring, I'm not just representing myself. I'm doing everything in my power to represent Scott and his family and show everybody, all the fans, who trained me and how well he's trained me in such a short amount of time. I had an interview with Gabe Sapolsky, and he was shocked. He was like, whoa, you've only been training, I think when I met with him, it was like 6 months. And he's like, you've only been training for 6 months? And I said, yes, sir. He's like, Scott's doing a great job. So no, it's always really there is, it's funny because when I go other places, Tennessee, Georgia or Florida, there's way less pressure because I go out there and I'm just kind of like, all right, we'll experiment, we'll have fun. But I love the pressure. I love feeling that, hey, I need to represent Scott Armstrong tonight. I need to show everybody what I'm capable of, what he's taught me, and just try and have the best match possible.
Tell us about the V10 mindset. What keeps that engine running?
So when that came into play, I was telling Scott in 2016, I was walking across a crosswalk with my then fiance, now wife, and we were walking into the Floribama. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically it's a bar. And we were walking in, so we hadn't had anything to drink yet. And a guy driving a V10 Ford, I think it was a Triton, was drunk at an open container, came off the curb and hit us. And yeah, pretty scary. I didn't know any better, so I was like, yeah, I mean, we just got hit by a truck. He was going about 20 miles per hour. So I thought maybe, something really bad could be happening. Internal bleeding. I mean, you hear stories all the time, guys falling off the roof and they go to sleep and then they don't wake up. So
Yeah.
they took me to the hospital, took my wife to the hospital, and then they ran a bunch of tests on me and the doctor comes back, she says, "You're boring. There's nothing wrong with you." So I have some stitches in my wrist, and that's it. And I was telling my wife's good too now, by the way. She's way better.
Good.
So both of us are really great. We're married. We have a kid. Life is great. But I told Scott that story, and I said, I'm telling you, man, it's kind of like Spider-Man got bit by a spider, but I got bit by a truck, and now I have superpowers. So I got hit by that truck, and I'm Andy V10 Hansen, and yeah, it is something for me to try and always stay motivated. My engine's always running. I'm always trying to work out. I'm always trying to be on the road, trying to travel, trying to get as many reps as I can. I want to, because I started wrestling at 30. I'm 32. And as somebody who started wrestling at 30, I feel like I have to be all in on this and get as many reps as possible, as fast as possible. And so always working out. I'm 100% natural. I'm doing everything in my power to look the best I can and look like a professional wrestler. So yeah, man, you can't stop in this business. If you really care about it and you're really serious and you really want to go somewhere, you have to always be in the gym. You have to always be on the road. You always have to have more matches booked and being prepared to take that next step and get better.
Was wrestling always there growing up, or is this something, a love that you found recently?
9 years old, man. 9 years old, 2003. Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm just kidding. No, actually, 9 years old. I was. It hurts to say this because I know everyone hates him. At least they don't hate him, but maybe they don't respect his abilities, and I don't blame them. But 9 years old, Bill Goldberg. I was a big Bill Goldberg fan. I was a big Brock Lesnar fan. That match where those two guys got booed, Bill and Brock, the WrestleMania 20. I loved that match. I didn't care that they were getting booed. So now looking back on it, yeah, Triple H is great. He made Bill a really good baby face. And then we were watching a match the other day with Bill Goldberg and Chris Jericho, and I felt bad for Chris Jericho. I was like, oh my God, Bill, what are you doing? I mean, it was hard to watch, especially now because I'm trained by Scott. I'm looking for every little thing that Bill could do right or wrong. But yeah, man, I would still mark out if I met Bill. I'd be like, hey, man, at 9 years old, you were the guy that made me want to watch wrestling. I remember the match where he beat The Rock. Props to The Rock for putting Bill over. And so, yeah, that would be the one guy that really piqued my interest. And then, honestly, guys, after Bill Goldberg and Brock Lesnar stopped wrestling for a while, I kind of tuned out as well. And so I only came back for the big stuff, like John Cena versus The Rock, like the mega pay-per-views. I was not, I still am not a really good daily or weekly consumer of the content. But now Scott's got me watching all the 80s and 70s and 90s film of Brad and all these old matches. So now I've been really more watching that type of stuff than really what's going on now.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, especially with WWE Vault now these days being so accessible on YouTube and basically having everything the film study right there is it's incredible that you have that. But let's talk about it. We've won some championship gold here recently, DCW double champion, and added the Alabama heavyweight championship to your resume. So for someone that's still early in his career, what does earning that trust from a promotion mean to you?
It's really awesome to earn the trust from Scott, because that's really what it is, right? When that happened, the first time I won the DCW Heavyweight Championship, I didn't know until about, I think, 30 minutes before the show started. And they're like, "Hey, you're gonna beat Jack tonight." And I'm like, "What?" But nah, man, it's really cool. I really try to stay humble. Scott's really good at this. So Scott will build you up, but then he is really good at ribbing you and humbling you. And I'll say things all the time that are probably, a little delusional, like, "Hey, Scott, when I give my Hall of Fame speech," and then he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm going to live forever." But so Scott's really good at trying to keep everybody humble. And I think it's really important to realize that belts don't mean anything. It's really, what it's really about. Titles are great, championships are great, but what it's really about is going out there and trying to have the best match possible. It doesn't matter about winning or losing. It really is, how can me and my opponent have the best match possible? And if you focus on that, if you focus on what you can control, then I think the championships will come. And it is a cool moment to share that with my son and my wife and family. And it does feel cool that Scott trusts me. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that, a lot. But it's again, and I tell Scott that all the time, and he agrees with me. I've just been so focused on, what can I do? I talk to my opponent. I say, how are we going to make this match really good for whatever it's going to be? Because you can't go out there and try and have a WrestleMania match every time. If it's the opening match, you just say, okay, how do we have the best opening match that we can have, right? You can't go out there and be like, all right, well, I'm jumping from the top rope every night. Doesn't work like that, especially for a guy my size. You save that type of stuff for big moments. But
yeah, for sure.
So, like you said, winning champions is great. Putting on that best match is what your goal is. You mentioned lately that hearing the crowd chant your name actually meant more than winning the championship. When did you realize that the fans were starting to latch onto you?
Man, I'm lucky and I'm blessed that the people of Alabama caught on pretty quickly. Scott has booked me in a way that has really helped. I mean, everything Scott's done storytelling wise, that's something people really miss. Yeah, you're trying to have the best match possible, but Scott's so good at telling stories and then helping me learn how to tell stories as well. If you can tell great stories, that will trump everything. And people will really buy into that, and they care about you more. It's one thing to be like, okay, he's got six-pack abs, he yells, "Let's get fired up," and my engine's not, he's loud, he's intense, right? But he also tells really good stories. And that's something that people can go home and they can be like, I'm keeping up with Andy Vita and Hansen through the story that's being told, every 2 weeks at DCW, at Diamond Championship Wrestling. And Diamond Championship Wrestling, in a whole is just really good at that. I mean, we are one of the indie promotions that really tries to focus on shooting our show like it's TV.
Yeah.
So it's not just indie matches and it's not just random matches. So there's feuds, there's stories going on. I'm constantly thinking about, how can I make a really good promo to make our story better with whoever I'm feuding with. So that's the trick.
So tell us a little bit more about especially now that you're holding gold. Now you're kind of the standard bearer, within the company right now. Who do you have your eye on? Who have you not been in the ring with yet? We got 5 months left in 2026. Who are you hoping to get to mix it up with
on our roster?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the guy I would say probably the guy that's better than me on our roster is Crusher Cottrell. He actually just he actually just robbed me of the Alabama Heavyweight Championship. This is the past show. So I still have the DCW Heavyweight Championship. But Crusher Cottrell and the Pillars of Pain, he's got two little lackeys, Mason Mosley and Leo Valentino, and he ran off with it. So he's a Florida boy. He doesn't know what it's like to be an Alabama man. But, man, that guy's got so much potential. He's so athletic. He's only 20 years old. He's got so many abilities. And realistically, man, if he stays locked in and focused, me and him are going places. I'll say that. But if there's somebody else besides him that I would be excited to work, that's probably our junior heavyweight champion. I don't think Scott's ever going to let it happen, but because he doesn't want the junior heavyweight champion and the heavyweight champion wrestling each other. I get it, sure, whatever. But me and Ace Lee, we can put on one heck of a 5-star match. I'm telling you.
You can. Ace Lee is the one that responded to the tweet, so shout out to him. Looking ahead, like you've had so much success early on, what for you is the next 3 to 5 years? What are those goals look like for you?
I was just telling Scott in the car, because I ride with him to practice sometimes, and then he picks me up a Cracker Barrel. I drop my car off at a Cracker Barrel, and then he drives me to practice. But I was riding with him, and I just told him, I said, look, within a year, I really want to be wrestling at least for TNA. And that way, because I can wrestle for TNA and still wrestle for Diamond Championship Wrestling and still keep training with him and still trying to get, better at the craft, because you're always trying to get better. The moment you stop trying to get better, you need to quit, because no one's perfect. We're all human. I'm never going to be, perfect. I want to be the best I can be. That's the goal, right? So I always want to keep training. I always want to keep working hard. But yeah, I told Scott, I said, man, I don't know what's going on with Road Dogg, and I don't know what's happening, but if something does happen and there's an opportunity there for me to wrestle at TNA multiple times a year, I don't even care if I get a contract. If it's one-off, so be it. I don't care. I just want to get as many reps as possible with the best wrestlers I can get reps with as possible. And so right now in the next year, TNA, and then I kind of see myself as somebody that probably has to work through that route of either TNA or NWA or New Japan, and then kind of build up some type of resume and then work my way into NXT, kind of like some of the older guys did, like LA Knight, Joe Hendry, AJ Styles. You know how long it took him to get signed to the WWE. But I do believe in myself long term that I can make it to the WWE.
Love it. Love it. Well, Andy, appreciate you joining us tonight. We know that you got some dinner planned. So before we let you go, where can everybody find you on social media? And then tell them what you got coming up over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so Andy V10 Hansen on Instagram, Andy Hansen on Facebook. I mean, if you type in Andy V10 Hansen, you're going to find my TikTok and everything. You're going to find it all. So just make sure you spell it Hansen. So then you can find me. And Saturday, I'm going to, I think it's Selmer, Tennessee, and I'm going to be wrestling for TCW. And then next week, I'm wrestling at Diamond Championship Wrestling at the Bullet in the Bayou, La Battery, Alabama. And then Sunday, Georgia Old School. So August 1st, August 7th, August 8th. August 8th, I'm wrestling Georgia Old School, Climax, Georgia. And cool thing about that is I actually get to wrestle in Georgia, Crusher Cottrell, and I get to defend my DCW Heavyweight Championship. So this is the first time that I'm ever defending my title at a different promotion. So I'm really excited about that. Very, very cool opportunity. But yeah, so those are the next 3 shows that are coming up pretty quickly. Definitely, if you can make it to the Bayou La Battery, Alabama show, DCW, man, this new building we got, it's phenomenal.
Love it. Love it. Well,
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Congratulations on everything, and hope to have you back on soon.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Chris. You guys are awesome.
Of course. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Thank you to Andy and V10 Hansen for joining us, and thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. As always, make sure you're following us on socials, subscribe to that YouTube channel. We got plenty of room at the table, so do yourselves a favor and pull up a seat. Podcast Dad.
What a nice guy. Can we hold on real quick?
Super nice guy. Yeah.
What a nice guy. You know, wrestling, there are people in wrestling that aren't very nice. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Definitely.
Just throwing that out there. But,
No, I'm glad that you did.
You know what else is really nice?
What's that?
Yeah, that transition. You know what else is really nice is this. I know what we want to start with is Omega and Ospreay. No. The Willow Mercedes segment. This is what I need from this match.
Yeah.
Because now I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah. I mean,
this feels like a main event match.
It does, and I don't know. I don't think that anybody was really thinking the Mercedes was a slam dunk necessarily to win the title at All In. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that we've really done that. Like, say that again.
It would be the second year in a row that she loses it all out or All In. Sorry.
It would be, but again, I mean, I think with also as incredible as Willow is, it's not out of the realm of possibility of her having a lengthy run with the title because she's also worked her ass off for it. You know, I understand, you know, Mercedes is, yes, a generational all-time great talent. This has kind of been the one title that has eluded her since she's been in AEW. It's a good story. I mean, I don't think, you know, you can tell that story as long as you want.
Oh, it's a great story. And that's what we needed, though. Like, we know they work well together. We know it's going to be a good wrestling match, but we needed that story. And Willow out there cutting the promo that she cut, I mean, from the heart, you could tell it meant a lot to her. And then Mercedes coming in and cutting that down and you know, just being Mercedes. It was very, very well built. Very good segment. I thought it was a very good show overall. But that was like, we asked for yesterday. With some storytelling in these big two matches, we got them. Because, man, both promos, both segments were really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that, especially with Kenny and Ospreay, there was maybe some thought that Kenny, this was just him kind of lashing out, but not a full heel turn, you know, that we saw Sunday night. It was like, if there was any concern about whether he was face or heel, that's out the window now. And I mean, I think you needed to do that for this match. I mean, like you've mentioned, you know, this could be the last great Kenny Omega run. So why not have him, you know, have some of that early cleaner, just And I mean, look at this. Look at the reaction he's gotten out of this. It's just, it's going to be an incredible match.
Dude's a great babyface, and I'm not taking that away. But man, his heel stuff is so good because it's so believable. And now he has the, just everything he says, he backs it up. Like, I'm the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
For the last decade, he was probably one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best, right? And now you have Ospreay coming up, and Ospreay's staking his claim and going, I'm not going to blindside you. When I pull that trigger, you'll see it coming, kind of thing, right? Like, I love all of it. I love that he admitted, I kind of liked being in the Death Riders. Like, I like that he admitted that. Like, it's just, both segments, man, they were just, those feel like championship matches. They feel like big matches at your biggest show of the year, and they have a couple more weeks to keep building this, but hell of a start because, man, I am pumped for both of those matches.
Yeah, this is and I mean, it's probably wishful thinking, but I would like to. I don't want to see them do any tag team matches or any multi-persons. Like, I don't think we need to actually get them mixing it up in any sort of official action between now and Wembley. I think you kind of just need to let that marinate. If you want to continue to do segments, fine. But you know, I don't necessarily want to see just because, like, for example, what if they did Mercedes and Kenny against Willow and Ospreay. Like, I don't want or need to see anything like that personally for this particular match. I think they can get away without laying a hand on each other.
No, I think
at least an official in-ring action.
I don't think they need it. You know, they did it with Tony and Mercedes last year too. Like, they didn't have a match, so I like it. I think it's there. I think it's just the aspiration to be that best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
When Kenny Omega had that forever. and now you are getting ready to take that from him, and you got Kenny Omega who feels and can tell the story about it. He's not ready to do that. He's been out. He's ready for this final run, and you're not going to take that away from me because I'm still the best wrestler. You have to take that from me.
Yeah, and I would say, over the last decade, the conversation about best wrestler in the world, at least in my opinion, has revolved primarily around 4 names: Ospreay, Omega, Seth Rollins, and AJ Styles. I think it's all 4 of those guys, I would say, over the last decade.
I throw Danielson in there as well.
Okay, yeah, that's another very good one. Okay, so I say it's definitely there. Passing the torch moment, yeah. I mean,
exactly.
that's, and again,
your
because
biggest
it's
show of the year,
in Ospreay's hometown. I mean, it doesn't get more white meat babyface than this.
No, this is that moment, right? And people want to see it, so this is when you capitalize on it, right? You remember, all of us, and if you say you don't, you're lying through your teeth. All of us wanted to see Cody Rhodes finish the story.
Mm-hmm.
And now, has it been great since that? Not really, but we all wanted to see that. The redemption, the coming back, everything that he did played into that. Everything Will Ospreay doing is going to play into that. So, yes, now is the time that you capitalize on this white meat baby face that you have. They did it a couple years ago with Hangman. Everybody wanted to see Hangman, and we got it. So, it's Omega, man. He's that glue, and passing of the torch. I don't think it writes itself. It really, really does.
Yeah. They're off to a very good start. I think a very good episode of Dynamite last night. Great. And off to a great start with All In. Yeah. A triple threat with Nick Wayne, Jack Perry, and Andrade to open the show. Very, very good. Mark Davis, I liked his promo that he had last night. Nice little pre-tape with him. I mean, it just reminds you of what a badass he is.
Moxley and Commander.
That was another good one. And then, that back elbow to Garcia there. That was pretty iconic there. Yeah.
I don't know how he can make that look so brutal and do it safely.
You kind of just got to lay that in there, I feel like.
It's so good. It's one of the best finishers, I think, in the business right now. Like that. Yeah. That is one of the best ones because it looks so freaking violent.
Yeah.
It looks so real. But Hangman looks like his path to All In is some kind of multi-man match. Or are you good with that? Or are you I don't say that because you have the shirt on, but more of look at where he was last year kind of thing?
No, he's taking a bit of time off. So it's just kind of getting back into the swing of things. I'm not concerned about that at all. I think
it'd be like Anarchy in the Arena kind of thing. Is that what they're? I don't know if they do it with that group. Maybe you add the dogs. Maybe you add.
But if you add the dogs and they're not in the ladder match, and that's what I want to see is in the ladder match. You
want to see the dogs in the ladder match?
Yeah.
How many teams do you want to see in that ladder match?
If they can put 12 inside Death's Door, they can do 6 teams in a ladder match.
Okay, so you have Cope, Cage, the dogs, the Bucks.
Cope, Cage, Bucks, dogs. Bang Bang Gang.
Okay.
Just because there had been some interactions with them as well. The Jay White and Cope thing is they've teased back at that. And then Machine Guns and potentially New Day.
Yeah.
If I had the pencil, that's what I'd do. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Maybe FTR returns.
I'm not counting on that the way that I was when I first saw that announcement. I think that that's a genuine, hey, we're taking a break. And I don't blame them for doing it. They had a great run with the titles. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm personally not expecting them to be in it. And I think that Bang Bang Gang, if FTR were around, I'd probably take them out and put FTR back in. But since they're not, that's what I would do.
Get Jay White on the card. That's all I care about.
Yeah. I like this new look. I think the 5 of them is great.
Yes. I think it works very well. I think, yes. Please get Jay White right. Please don't mess around with this anymore. Come on. He is world champion material, and you can't tell me differently.
Can't argue with it.
What else you got?
So we're 2 days away from SummerSlam. How are we feeling? Just overall.
I feel like you just gave me your answer.
Because we have to talk about it. I mean, there's a couple of things that I'm looking forward to this weekend. One is pork shoulder on the smoker, obviously. Two, the King is now returned to Cincinnati, so he may get to watch night 2.
Oh.
Over
Breaking
here.
news.
So fingers crossed. We'll see what
I can't
happens.
hit the button, but
No. We want to keep the video. I gotta find a new news sound. I gotta work on that. We could use a breaking news sort of.
That would be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we can catch some Eagles game together.
I wouldn't mind that either. If you took out New Day out of that ladder match and they just happened to show up after, that would also be a lot of fun.
Because AEW does like doing that, so that might be what they do anyway.
And they've been known to debut multiple talents on the same pay-per-view before.
Oh yeah, and it's the biggest show of the year. So
yeah,
I'd be good with that too. How do I feel about SummerSlam? Kind of how I felt about WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I feel like we're gonna get a shit ton of ads, and I mean, I don't know. It is hard for me to continue to get excited for the names that they have at the top when you have so much young talent, I think, just ready to go and ready to do this. And hopefully this is the launching point for one of them in Obafemi. Because I would love for him to have a huge back end of the year. He's had a huge year to begin with, but man, let's get him there. Let's get him there, man. I don't know what we're waiting on.
Get that one right on the mark there, bud.
Thank you.
Anything else? It's been a weird week because this is only our second day that we've had this week, and there's been just a lot that we've tried to kind of squeeze into a couple of days worth of shows.
I think we've done great. I do great at squeezing.
Thank you. Let me just do one final. If you want to just run through the socials real quick, I just want to make sure I don't have anything saved news-wise.
X, TikTok, Buzzer. Follow us all on there at Junkies Pod. You can follow us on Facebook.
I do have another breaking announcement. This comes from our friends at Action Wrestling. So Back in Black, August 14th, there will be a rematch of the SCI finals when the Wall Tyler Stevens takes on 2026 SCI winner Isaiah Broner.
It'll be a big match. We witnessed that live, and
meaty men beating the brakes off each other.
Yeah,
don't put that out there, Fernando, please.
I hope not.
That's see the trailer for Jumanji 3 today?
No.
Yeah.
Why would I?
I'm just saying.
Can I ask you honestly? When was the last time you watched a Rock movie?
What's that?
What was the last Rock movie you watched?
Oh man, that's a great fucking question.
And Moana the animated does not count.
Hey Max, when's the last time that we watched a movie with Dwayne Johnson in it? When's the last time we watched a movie with The Rock in it?
This guy.
He said never. Well, at least together. No, we've not. 2 years, never watched one. Last one, fuck. I don't know. I think
my last one was Pain and Gain. Do you remember that movie?
I do remember Pain and Gain. I did like Pain and Gain. I remember watching that one in college. What's that? Yeah, but when I can't remember last time that I've watched a Rock movie. I didn't know if there was one we watched together. I don't think. But the last one, oh man, maybe
other than that,
maybe Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart, and that was before COVID.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So probably he'll return because nobody's watching his movies. It's the long and the short there.
I feel like he heard us somewhere saying all of this. But
The Rock, hey, subscribe, please.
We're just gonna gloss over Fernando is what we're gonna do. It's blame the talent, not creative. Just it's a cop out.
Hey man, as long as the check clears.
Support our pro wrestling tee store. We need those checks to clear, but that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys for joining us this week. As always, you can find us on X, TikTok, and Buzzer at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram over at Wrestling Junkies Pod, but most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Podcast Dad, this time you tell us.
One chair, one person. That's all you need at that table. Come join us. We're having a great time. If you want to tell more, that's fine. Bring a bench, whatever. Bring a couple bar stools, whatever you feel comfortable sitting in, a recliner. If you like just sitting in bed, sometimes I like doing that. Just drag it to that table behind Mr. Cincinnati, and let's have a conversation.
Yeah. That's going to do it for us. Shout out to our friends at Turnbuckle. Follow Body Slam. We'll be back over there on Wednesday, and follow The Scrap. The podcast, Dad, it's been a long week, and I could use another glass of wine, so it's great to see you. Hopefully we'll see you this weekend. There's plenty of pork shoulder to go around. The Fact Checker is also making a side dish, and another good friend of mine that is a aspiring up-and-coming restaurant savant here around the city is going to be bringing a side dish as well, so I think we're going to be eating good.
We're selling me hard.
I know.
Right now. I'm gonna try to get there. I promise.
Love it. It's
just
okay.
Vacation, so I don't know
if
how
anything,
podcast mom feels.
If anything, I'll FaceTime you while I eat all this shit.
If anything, I'll just stop by and get a plate.
Sounds like half of my family. For the podcast, Dad, for Andy B10 Hansen for joining us as well, and for all of our incredible guests that we've had this week. Thank you so much. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Enjoy SummerSlam as best you can, and until Monday, enjoy those.
Say my name.
I did say for the podcast, Dad, and Andy B10 Hansen. I promise you that I did. Okay, I'm sorry. I will try that again because that wasn't intentional, even though you were gone for half the week. So you should. Okay, for the podcast guy, I'm Mr. Cincinnati. Love you, PD. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Until Monday, enjoy those grabs.
What the fuck?
Dude, that was fun.